Hey guys, Mark, aka the Nerdy Punk, back with you again tonight for a new video. Tonight, really quick, I'm going to go through a bunch of Blu-rays that I've picked up in the past month and a half. I've been really behind on this video. A lot of these are Black Friday titles, and then I have also an order from Scream Factory. So stay tuned for the end of the, or towards the end of this video for those titles if you're interested in those. I'm going to go through the Black Friday titles first. So real quick story about my Black Friday this year. I have been like really broke lately. I've been worth like 30 bucks literally in the past like month, practically the entire time. So needless to say, I didn't do a whole lot of shopping on Black Friday this year. I didn't do any ordering online. I didn't go out on Thursday. I did actually go out on Friday with my uncle because I was down in Northwest Mississippi for the Thanksgiving holiday. And so I went out on Friday afternoon with one of my uncles and did a little bit of like digging through the leftover stuff from the night before, but I wasn't seeing anything fantastic. There was a lot of good stuff, but nothing incredible. And then Saturday I got back home and went out to my local Walmart and dug through all the leftovers and found some pretty cool stuff. So that's what's going to be the early clip that I'm planning on putting at the beginning of this video. That was me digging through some of the leftovers at Walmart. So let's go through those titles real quick. I picked up 6 titles, spent about $25. Which is another thing, I don't really think the Black Friday deals are that amazing because this is just basically like a normal trip to Super Mega Replay for me. At Super Mega Replay, sure, they're going to be used titles, they're not going to be brand new, but I can buy like 6 Blu-rays for 21 bucks. So 6 Blu-rays for 25 bucks, not that incredible of a deal, but it's still a good deal, obviously. And my first ever 4K title is in this little lot here, so stay tuned for that as well. Let's pick out this one for the first one. I'm just kind of going to go through in a little bit of an order here. First title I picked up is Hidden Figures. I have not seen this movie. It was the rage, what was it, when it came out in 2016, something like that. Apparently, really good performances. Octavia Spencer's in this. I'm a pretty big fan of her, so especially her performance in the movie Shape of Water last year. So interested in seeing that. Next up, one of my favorite movies of all time, one of my favorite childhood movies, Home Alone. I forgot to tell you the price. These were both in the $3, I think, range. They were $3 or $4. A great price for this, Home Alone. I didn't even have it on Blu-ray. It's one of my favorite movies from childhood. Practically anybody around my age, like 20 to 30, loves this movie because they grew up with it. Next up, one of the standouts from last year is Split. I still have not seen this either. So M. Night Shyamalan horror movie. Apparently it's one of James McAvoy's best performances. James McAvoy's in a lot of movies that I like, so interested in seeing this. It is PG-13, which makes me kind of think maybe it's not going to be quite as graphic and dark as I would hope, but still intrigued based on all the hype that it's gotten. This one here, Escape Plan. Really, I don't know anything about this movie, but it stars Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I'm just like, I'm in. It's got 2 of the greatest action stars of all time there. I've really been on a Stallone kick lately since I saw Creed 2. So I've been hoping to go through all the Rocky movies sometime soon. Maybe all the Rambo movies. So yeah, I figured I would pick this up. This is a fairly recent release as well. This was a $3 one as well. I believe Split was $5. This is another $3, $4 one. Alien Covenant. I have, actually, let me pull it from the shelf here. I have the Alien Anthology box set. This has Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. So we add Alien Covenant to that, and I now have the entire Alien series on Blu-ray. Yay. That is until they release a new one. I actually even have Prometheus. Was there... I can't remember if there was a sequel to Prometheus or not. I don't think there was, but... Anyway, I think I have the entire Alien collection. I still have only seen the first one, and I've seen part of Prometheus, I think. Yeah, I fell asleep like halfway through Prometheus. Good movie, it's just long. Alright, and finally my first 4K in my collection is Creed. Like I said, I'm on a bit of a Stallone kick. Can't wait to see this. I didn't see this. I went to see Creed with my uncle, again, while I was visiting down in Mississippi. And I really wasn't even sure if I wanted to see the film, because I've never really been a big fan of boxing or of, like, movies like this, but I loved the performances in Creed 2, so I'm assuming that the original Creed's going to be great as well. I don't actually have a 4K TV or a 4K Blu-ray player, and I don't plan on getting one for at least the next year, 2 years. So yeah, I probably will just be watching the Blu-ray, but still, this was only a $9 4K. That's an incredible deal. I've never seen any that cheap before. And it's got a nice slipcover, so I just decided to pull the trigger. Alright, now we are into my Scream Factory pickups. Now, there's a bit of a story related to these pickups. I placed the original order back in the middle of October. I think it was the 15th. And I got these through the the Shocktober sale on Scream Factory. Now, one of these titles got back ordered, and as such, the entire package didn't come to me until like a week ago, which would be late November, like the 28th, 29th, something like that. So, I've been waiting on these for a long time. At the time of me placing the order, I don't think I had seen any of these films. Now, I have seen 3 of them, and there are 6 titles here. This title I actually ordered in a separate order, so I have had this for well over a month, and I saw it quite a while ago. This is Trick or Treat, the new re-release from Scream Factory. This is one of the most beloved horror films of all time. This is the reversible artwork here. Scream Factory, every release has reversible artwork. So what I like to do, if I'm lucky enough to get the slipcover, I put the reversible artwork on the DVD. That way the slipcover and the DVD, or in the actual case here, have different artwork, which is really nice. So yeah, Trick or Treat, I loved that one. I hadn't seen that until this Halloween. Next up here, let's go with this one. I picked up the entire Amityville Horror trilogy, the little box set from Scream Factory. Has all 3 of the original movies. I haven't seen any of these. Excited to check them out one day. Next up, we have the Poughkeepsie tapes. This is one of the more underground horror movies that has a really cult following nowadays. I've heard numerous good things about this from other YouTubers, from reviewers and stuff. I thought this movie was okay. I don't really think it set the best tone. I feel like this movie had the potential to be great, and if they would have gone for a different style, this is in a mockumentary style, so it's supposed to be a documentary, but the entire thing is fictional. And there is some really messed up stuff in this, but I feel like it teetered between a kind of a comedy style documentary and then a really dark, like, horror, and I don't really feel like it ever really found its tone, and I think if it had, it would have been a great film. I still found it enjoyable and really good. It is very short, though. It's only like an hour and 20 minutes. Another slight knock on this. So yeah, I don't know what I spent, like, individually on these. I spent a total of about $120. So Scream Factory is kind of an expensive website, because that was with sale prices. But also, I think most of these individual releases go for like anywhere from $20 to $30 on eBay, because I was doing a little bit of research before I placed the order. So in the end, I think it was still pretty good deals. So let's go with this one here. I still haven't seen this one either. I saw Poughkeepsie tapes, as you could tell. I have not seen this. This is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I've heard really good things about it. A lot of other YouTubers love this film. Reviewers seem to love this film. So I'm definitely excited to check this out. Yeah, it looks really dark. Another pretty short film, just under an hour and a half. But, yeah, excited to check that one out soon. Let's go with this one. I just watched this week, actually, and it's already, I think, one of my favorite horror films of all time, and this is Sleepaway Camp. It's kind of hard to see the cover there. Cover artwork is gorgeous. I love the cover art. This was designed specifically for the Scream Factory re-release. Yeah, this film is famous for its ending, and I'm not going to give anything away, because the best way to watch this is if you have no idea what's going to happen, which is how I watched it, and that's the only way to watch this the first time. But it's an 80s slasher set in a camp, a la Friday the 13th, but it is like super, super cheesy in the beginning, like really cheesy. I was laughing my ass off the entire movie, and then it gets like really, really fucked up towards the end, and I really, really love this movie. Great soundtrack as well. That's a cult classic, so if you haven't seen that movie, I would highly recommend it. Alright, and finally, I have not seen this either. We have Species. I was lucky enough to get the slipcover for this. Another kind of cult classic sci-fi horror. Definitely excited to check it out as well. There's the alternative artwork there. You can see the differences. Yeah, I definitely like Scream Factory as a site. They definitely put a lot of care and thought into their releases. There's always artwork on the discs. There's always reversible artwork in the cases. The slipcovers are always gorgeous. But that being said, they are very expensive. But it is more of a kind of a cult indie studio that's releasing things. So, you know, it's kind of expected it's going to be more expensive than like a standard release. But yeah, definitely recommend checking out their sales when they have one. They always have one for October, for Halloween, of course. But and I will say, even though my package got delayed very long, one complaint I had is that they didn't tell me why it was delayed at first. I actually had to contact them in order for them to tell me that, hey, you know, one of your titles is on back order. But very quickly, and they immediately sent my, they immediately like offered to send the rest of my package without the back order title. So very impressed with their customer service, even though they didn't let me know ahead of time, you know, what was the delay. So yeah, that's the titles that I picked up from Scream Factory and for Black Friday. Let me know in the comments what you guys did for Black Friday. Also, if you enjoyed this video, if you liked it, leave me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below and stay tuned for future content. Have an amazing night. Bye.